Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today I'm bringing you another episode in our little mini series, How Many Ogos Does It Take to Crochet ... Episode number 10. We're finally at double digits. I love it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Some of you that may be very new to our channel, welcome. You may not know about this little mini series, so I'll let everybody know what it's all about and I'll refresh your memory for those of you, who have been here for a while. Now, I have to let you know that my playlist on Ogo yarn for some reason was on private for nearly a year. So I'm so sorry that I gave you a bum steer when I asked you to go and have a look at the playlist, but now it is on public. So please go and visit it if you wish to see the original yarn haul that I had on all my Ogo yarns and the previous 9 projects to today. And today's episode will of course be in there as well. So what's Ogo yarn, you ask, if you're not familiar with it? And I'll be very surprised if most of you haven't at least seen an Ogo yarn on YouTube. Most of us here in Australia haven't really seen them in real life. Well, not myself, other than the giant haul that I had, which was about a year ago. So this Ogo yarn that I have is the Yarnspirations Caron Colorama, I think it's called, and it is a bulky weight yarn. So I had about 60 odd of these Ogos, which is like a donut of yarn, and in each Ogo you get 5 different colors, and I'll show you the colors that we use for this project in just a moment. Now, the Ogos that I have, as I said, they're all the bulky weight, they're all 100% acrylic, and they are 180 grams each, or 6.4 ounces, I believe, yes, 208 meters, or 228 yards. Now that's quite a bit of meterage or yardage there, and you can get quite a few projects out of each Ogo, depending obviously on what you're making. And today we'll find out how many it takes to make a scarf. Now this particular scarf came out of this gorgeous book here. Now this Ogo crochet book was gifted to me in Happy Mail by the beautiful Josephine. So thank you so very, very much, Josephine. And I endeavour to power through and make every single pattern that uses the Ogo yarns that I have in my very healthy yarn stash. Now, there are 24 projects in there, but not all of them use the particular yarn that I have. But in saying that, I'm sure that I could maybe adjust the other patterns to suit this yarn as well if I really, really wanted to. Now, I have made one project out of here already, and it was the beanie, and today I'll show you the scarf that was next on the list. So that's how I'm powering through it, just whichever one comes up next. Now, just a very quick little note about this book, because it really does need to be showcased. It's such a beautiful book, very good quality, but see in here, it also gives you the skill levels. I don't know if you can see that, guys. So there's 4 different skill levels, and today's one is easy. So there's basic, which is 1 dot. So the dot, you can quickly flick through it if you like and say, I'm just a very beginner crochet, I just want to do the easy ones, and you have that quick glance if you wish to. So 1 dot is basic, 2 is easy, 3 is intermediate, and I didn't realize there was 4, a complex one as well. I thought there was only 3. That's what happens when you get excited and just flick through things and not actually read them properly. And I love that it has the abbreviations, the weight system for the yarns, which is really very helpful, and the hook sizes. So it's actually really nice that we get to know, that we have a reference in this book as well, a very quick reference. Now, as I said, there are 24 patterns. Today's pattern is an easy one. Let me take all my sticky notes out. Now, just very quickly, on the ball band, it says that we should use a 6mm hook, but we used an 8mm hook for this project. And let me show you the gorgeous colors before I show you the project. So these were the 5 different colors that came in this Ogo, and it was called, the colorway is Lippy. Now, I love these colors because they're in the purple family. I absolutely love these together, like that neutral. It's got like a tinge through it, like a pink almost, and that's one of my favorite pinks. And there's that one as well there. And you know what? You probably may not pick these up randomly to put them together, but they work so beautifully well, which is awesome. Now, I'll show you the project in just a moment, but I will let you know that I've got, out of the So basically, to create this project, I'm all over the place, guys. You can tell I'm on school holidays. I had to open up 2 Ogos, but in total I used 1.5 because I have 85 grams worth of yarn left here. I did weigh it to make sure I could let you know how much was in there. So which project did we make? We made here it is, guys, the Dippity Doo scarf. How gorgeous is that, right? Now, we did make it using the moss stitch, which is a stitch that I've used a couple of times of late. Once to make a beanie and this time to crochet up this gorgeous scarf. And I'm in love with a stitch. I always thought any stitch or any pattern that uses the single crochet would be tedious and time consuming. And I just never ever would consider the moss stitch. But because it is the pattern that I was required to make, I stuck to it, and it's actually a beautiful stitch. And also, although I did keep, you know, quite rigorous or vigilantly I was tallying off or marking off all my rows for each section of the colors, it's actually easy enough to count your rows as well. So that's another advantage with this stitch. I'm guessing the hook size helped, you know, using an 8mm hook would have made the stitches more easy to recognize, but I just thought I'd touch on that. If some of you have never done the moss stitch and you always steered away from it for some reason or the same reason as myself, actually give it a go. It's actually a beautiful stitch. So as I said, this one was an easy pattern. You can see that because it's got the 2 little dots there. And can you see that up close, guys? That Ogo, when you get it before, because we had to pull this one apart, which you know, you can do very, very easily with an Ogo. It's also in my playlist, the haul, the one with the haul, Ogo haul. I have a demonstration how to pull it apart in there. Excuse me. So we did color control for this one. We didn't just let it self-stripe. And as I was showing you, each color has been given a letter. So that way you can follow it if you wish exactly the same. I did switch my colors up a little bit, but that's okay because, you know, we do have that creative license as well. So let me show you my scarf and tell you what I think about it. So basically this is it up close so you can see the stitches. And then it's got a little fringe down the bottom as well. Maybe this side is better for the fringe. So it wasn't a very thick fringe, but a very nice fringe at that. So I've actually folded it exactly in half so you can see what it looks like. So this is the bit that goes around your neck. So that's at the top. And then on either side, you've got this pattern here. Whoops, it's a little bit. I actually do like that there's a fringe because there was a tiny, tiny bit of curling down the bottom, but that's gone now, thanks to all the fringing. Very simple to do, and I actually did my fringe 10 centimeters shorter, so that's what, about 2-3 inches shorter than what they wanted because I thought it was going to be way too long. Now normally I don't make my scarves this thick, wide I should say. The length is quite nice. I quite like the length when I wrap it around my neck and it just sits there nicely. I'm used to, when I make my scarves, a little bit thinner, but also I haven't washed this yet, so it's a little bit stiffer than what it normally would be because it actually is hot off the hook, guys. I literally finished it and came on to show you. So I imagine when it's washed, it'll be a little bit more flexy, but using the, or drapey, I should say, but using the 8mm hook has really contributed to how soft it is and beautiful. What I was getting at before is because I don't like, well, generally I don't wear my scarves as wide. If I was to make this again, and I probably would make it maybe a quarter less, so 3/4 of the width, and with a yarn that I have left over, I'm quite confident that I'd be able to make a beanie with it as well. So if and when I have time in the future, I might grab a couple of my other Ogos in a different colorway and try to do that to make a scarf. And I've never made a beanie with the moss stitch, you know, just that very generic beanie that, you know, most of you that have been with me for a while know that I make beanie after beanie after beanie, you know, top down. I might try to make it with the moss stitch. Now, of course, it'll, you know, take a bit longer than the ones that I usually make using my double crochets. And this is all in US terminology, if I refer to any stitches. But I would like to try that to see if out of 2 Ogos, I could actually get a scarf and a beanie. But that's a future project, not, you know, one for today. But for now, I'm not worried at all that I have these scraps left over, because in here, you guys know I have my Ogo tote that I made using the Sarah Satch Scrappy Tote YouTube tutorial. This is a beautiful bag as well. And in here, I keep all of my other Ogo scraps. I'm losing my scarf off my knee. So I'm going to pop all these in here now, so I know that they're ready to go. And I do have a project in mind for them. In actual fact, guys, I'm going to be making cup cozies for our CAL 2024. So if you haven't jumped on board that, there's a little plug for it as well. Go and check that playlist out as well. We've only just started, so you've got plenty of time to join. So that's where those scraps will be going, towards our CAL 2024 project. I'm very, very excited about that as well. So that's it, guys. How many Ogos does it take to crochet ... this beautiful scarf here? It takes 1.5. And you know what? I cannot wait to wear it this summer, because winter, it's summer here now, guys. It will brighten up whatever, you know, outfit I wear. And as most of you know, I usually wear black. So having a nice accessory like this, and in the colors that I absolutely love, because I love, love, love these colors, it's going to be a nice little splash of brightness for my winter outfit, you know, which before you know, we're going to have winter here as well. So let's, you know, be real. I might have to get onto that other scarf and beanie before, you know, sooner than later. So that's it, guys. Episode number 10. I cannot believe it. We're in double digits. So I haven't actually I've looked through the book, but I don't know which project is next using this particular Ogo that I have here, the bulky weight, but I'm sure it'll be something wonderful, and I can't wait to bring it to you sooner than later. So please stay tuned for the next little episode in our little mini series. But until I see you then, take care, everybody. Bye bye for now.